EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Birdie try again here today.
It's a cruel game.
Clean this up with a tap. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Now to the second, par 3, 225 yards. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Wow, I thought it was going in, just off the mark by a fraction. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Fairly straightforward par 4 now. The third at the Wetlands is 460 yards straight away.
It is 460 yards. It can be chopped down a lot of different ways. 300-yard tee shot, and it's only 160. But if you're a mere mortal, 280, 180, the hole becomes that much longer, that much harder.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the fourth. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. Made some pars to this point, but if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. He just looks confused, forgetting about playing the actual game itself. This isn't winning happens by a series of good shots. It's get back to the basics of playing golf.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that. Really, I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward. Not a problem there, Rich. Even par, currently.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, and it's a good one. 635 yards.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
This is for his birdie. Good putt. On to the par 4 6th here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Setting up for an approach shot here. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good solid par right there. Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards.
Ah, nice.
Looks good. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. safely aboard. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, at this, the highest level of the game, the margins are so razor thin between winning and losing. It becomes about not wasting shots, and I think that's why players really enjoy stroke play.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rich. That's why the best players, they want every shot to count, and the best format of golf that requires that is stroke play. In match play, you can get away with a big number. In stroke play, they want it to be a body of work. Every single shot adding to the score.
The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
Now his 3rd, staring right at the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
And getting ready for the putt. Mark a birdie on the card. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just a couple of feet. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Par 4 11th hole, 443 yards. Frank, what's the best way to play it?
Nice straight drive off the tee, then really reduces this par 4 to size. Then those bunkers short and left don't really cause an issue. The green's a little tiny though, but even if you miss the green a little bit on the right side, it's a relatively simple chip.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
So on this back nine, we started with a par 3, then a par 4, and now we get to a par 5. The 12th is 576 yards.
Yeah, nice blend of holes there that you just referenced. 11 bends to the left, consequently 12 will bend in the other direction. Good drive required. From there, just setting up perhaps, 7 iron, 6 iron into a green that's sort of fairly uniform in shape and should present a birdie with a good second shot.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
About 120 yards to the hole. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. Just a tap in to finish the hole. In for par. Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters in that narrow area, that'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the 2 front greenside bunkers. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
A lip out's fine as long as it doesn't happen to you.
He needs this for par. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. 14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Always love to hear the sound at the bottom of the cup. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands. It's 590 yards.
Which is really a tempting yardage. A good tee shot, perhaps think of reaching the par 5 and 2. But this green well protected by 3 bunkers, 2 on the left side and 1 short right. But fortune favors the brave. At least that's what I was told.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Now the second shot to the par 5.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Oh, do that. 16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot. This one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Standing over his birdie putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Par 3 17th. Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole, and on paper it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4, and well, I always like to finish on a birdie, and I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Continues to putt beautifully. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.